Hello guys, welcome to Open Techno. Today we're sitting down in front of the computer again to check out an artificial intelligence tool. A tool that's going to help us generate video content regularly and help us get a lot more views for our business and therefore make more money. This tool is going to focus on creating video content from really simple inputs. For example, we'll be able to create our own avatar, and this way, every time we want to generate a new video, it won't be necessary for us to get in front of a camera, like I'm doing right now, for example.
Break free from ordinary ceiling fan. Our innovative fan not only cools the room in summer, but also reverses for winter warmth too.
Additionally, we'll be able to create content directly, for example, from the link of a product on Amazon, Etsy, or any online sales portal. And finally, we'll be able to give those avatars, for example, a description or the text we want them to say, as well as add background music or images showing the product we want. This tool is called Bizai or Bizao, however you want to pronounce it. And we're going to take a look at it directly because I think it's more important for you to stay. What kind of things can you do with it instead of me just rambling on here? So I won't keep you any longer and let's take a look at the main page of Bizao. As you can see, it's a very simple page. On one side, it's asking us for a link to create an ad for a product right away. On the other hand, it's telling us that we can create our own avatar, that we can provide a uniform resource locator to create a video, give it a description, or generate a movement with our avatar, and so on. Down here, we're going to have templates, which I won't go into detail about. Because you can take a look yourselves and create a video similar to any of the ones you'll find here. In this video, I want to focus on what really requires artificial intelligence. Let's start by creating our own avatar. Let's go to an avatar created by artificial intelligence. And you'll see that I already have my own here. How did I create this? Well, I created it from an image. Just so you get an idea, the image I used is the one you're seeing here. A cropped selfie of myself that I took several years ago. Why did I use an image if I could also use a video? Well, because the video is going to take several days to process. They'll have to process it, generate the whole template of our person, talking, moving their lips, and so on. But I did it with an image. With an image, it can take up to 2 hours, but for me, it took about 20 minutes. And what have I achieved? Well, as you can see, if I put the mouse over it, there's an avatar that's moving. Of course, it's not going to be super realistic. If I wanted it to be more realistic, I'd have to do it with a video, but damn, it already gives it a certain touch. It's true that I don't really recognize myself because my teeth are different. There are certain facial expressions that I don't make, but hey, for someone who doesn't know me, it could be really, really good. So let's try to generate a video from my avatar. I click on it and say, hey, what language do you want to speak? Well, for all of you, I'm going to set it to Spanish. Let's see how Bizao's Spanish translation is. Well, you can see here that my avatar is here, but there are many others that are already pre-made. Later, we'll see a quick example so you can see of what other avatars would look like. And since this video is about artificial intelligence, I asked ChatGPT to give me a text to sell car lights using my avatar. So I'm going to make a video directly in 9/16 vertical format for Instagram, TikTok, and I'm going to put the script in here. Well, I put in a lot of text and now I'm going to generate a video with this avatar. And as you can see, once we've generated it, we'll have my avatar here saying the text we've put in. I'm going to hit play.
Hello, today I want to introduce you to the X-Bride LED car lights.
Okay, so you can already see, for example, that it's saying what I told it to in the text. Then, for example, we can add the possibility of including these subtitles that have been working so well on the internet lately. Let's look for a type of text that's much wider, and I'm going to make it bigger. I've given it a yellow color, and now let's see how the words work there on the text.
Today, I want to introduce you to the X-Bride LED car lights if you're looking to improve your vision.
Alright, well, it's pretty good. But hey, it's not all going to be my face, so we can also put those LED lights on screen so you can see them. So I'm just going to click here to add. I'm going to add the image of a product and put it in. Well, the 3 photos I downloaded of LED lights for cars. And as you can see, after adding the images, we can double click and we'll have right here the image of the product we want to show. We can then give it more or less radius if we wanted to do some kind of animation. And we can place it above or below the avatar text or whatever we want. Now, if there was something that wasn't quite convincing me about this voice, it was the tone I was giving it. It was like a very high-pitched tone. Well, we can come here to Avatar, click on Voice, and try out the one we like the most. For example, I'm going to choose a person to see if there are any older people. Let's try it out. This one is for social media. Okay, this one looks better.
Hello, today I want to introduce you to the X-Bride LED car lights.
Well, now this gives it a bit more credibility. Making the avatar, as I mentioned before, with video would look really, really good. Because honestly, my face here, enlarged, doesn't look that great. Let's try to make it smaller. For example, we can make the car's headlights big and put my avatar here, small on top. Okay, well, maybe this way it looks a bit better. And now what's more, we could add to the video, for example, a zoom effect. Okay, so there we could have already given it a nice touch. It still needs some finishing touches, but we could already have a small commercial. Of course, as I said, the avatar can be improved. Honestly, I haven't dedicated the maximum amount of time to it. We can add more images, more videos later, we can add music, and for example, I'm going to add this track to see how it turns out. Okay, I'm going to set it there at 01.
Hello, today I want to introduce you to LED lights for cars.
Alright, well, I think something decent could have come out there, more or less. Of course, there's still a lot of work to be done, but I'll leave that completely up to your creativity. Now let's see how to export it, which is very simple. We're simply going to click on render, and it's going to tell us that this is the moment when they charge us for the video we're making. So don't worry, because you can try as much as you want until the moment you actually need it. You won't need to pay, so to speak. Actually, you don't really pay. It works with credits. I'll explain that to you later. So if we're going to spend those 12 credits that it's asking me for, and we're going to export this video, okay? Here you can already see the progress it's making, 1% generated. So since this is going to work in the background, we're going to look at more features of Bitao, and now we're going to move on to the part where we generate our own ad from a uniform resource locator, which is very, very interesting. We're going to click here and you'll see that it asks us for a link to Amazon, to Shopify. If you set up, for example, your own store, like dropshipping used to be, but it could be any kind of store for a digital service, whatever you want, Etsy, AliExpress, Apple, eBay, the Play Store, absolutely anything. For example, I just got a ceiling fan with LED lights for our house and I got it from Amazon. So I'm going to paste the link here and click to generate a video. As you can see, it's automatically going to generate it for us using the artificial intelligence that Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer would use. Below a description. And it has given us all the media, which are all the photos of the product. Look, what I'm going to do is delete the photos, for example, that are related to everything about energy consumption. And I'm going to leave the ones that would actually help us make a sale. Let's improve this a little bit. Ceiling fan with light, with colored LED light, motor. 20W motor, red, green, blue, adjustable wind speed. And here it has generated a description for us, well, a huge description, but well, we're going to say, hey, now we want to, for example, reach all that English-speaking audience, which we don't speak, but we want to reach them. All right, let's leave it in English. We're going to create new content in vertical format and set the duration we want our ad to have, 15 seconds. And now the objective, traffic, app installs, conversions, video review, reads, lead generation. What we want are conversions. In the end, we want to sell the product. So we're going to click generate and see what this tool allows us to do. Okay, so as you can see, here we already have two options that the program has given us. However, I'm not completely convinced, for example, by the idea of an Asian person selling a product in English. I think it should be, for example, a different type of person. Well, in this case, let's go to avatar and try to change it. Here we have the library and of course we could choose our avatar. But it fits better, for example, for a house roof, something that is, for example, for interior decoration. All right, so as you can see, for example, I've now put another avatar. And the only thing I'm interested in is changing this text, which I'm not completely convinced by. In this combination, I'm going to make it a bit more minimalistic, like a white text with a black outline. And now we can see how our video generation turned out. Alright, so as you can see, now what it's doing is generating several steps of the video for us. In these, the girl who's talking gets bigger or smaller. And it shows us that product we're trying to talk about in the background. As you can see, it's going through images.
Es hora de actualizarte a un ventilador que se adapte a tu estilo de vida.
And, well, he gave a brief description of that product and then adds, well, about 3 more clips or so. And I understand that now, at the end, he adds a Bizarro farewell that we can remove to make it much cleaner without that A branding. In the same way, we could render this project first, so we can add it to the video later and you can see it. This one will simply cost us 4 credits. I guess it's because this is a much shorter video than the initial one we made, which had a huge amount of text. Now, as you can see, for example, the car video has already finished processing, but now I'm going to download them and put them here so you can see them.
Hello. Today I want to introduce you to the X-Bright LED car lights. If you're looking to improve visibility when driving at night, these lights are the perfect solution. Their advanced technology provides a powerful and clear beam of light, much brighter than traditional lights, but with reduced energy consumption. In addition, they're easy to install and their durable design ensures a long lifespan, even in extreme conditions. Are you concerned about safety on the road? With X-Bright, you'll have superior lighting to see obstacles better and react faster. Don't wait any longer to improve your driving experience.
Break free from ordinary ceiling fans. Our innovative fan not only cools the room in summer, but also reverses for winter warmth. Ideal for any space, it's time to upgrade to a fan that adapts to your lifestyle, giving you year-round comfort and style.
You can see that video is really simple to use and it's very customizable to create all those videos quickly. And in the end, we can have a brand image in a much simpler way than having a person recording videos. If what we want is simply, for example, to show images, comment on the text over them, and for example, have a small person in the corner giving the impression that they're really speaking. Even if it's generated with artificial intelligence, now how does the payment process work? Because you see that I have 394 credits here, but if I click on upgrade, you'll see the prices we have available. We have a free plan, which for €0 would give us 10 credits, which is approximately about 2 video generations per month. Then you'll see that we have 50 avatars, texts, access to all the tools I've been showing you. Well, we can have all these things. Then, if we pay for the first pack, the basic starter pack, we'll have 230 credits per month. So we have about 15 minutes of video per month, which is already very good. Can we customize 2 avatars? We have ChatGPT at our disposal, as I showed you before, for generating a description, for example. And then we would have, well, if we want more videos and so on, more expensive plans. So that's it, guys. Now all that's left is to let your projects run wild. Here, Bizarro gives you very simple tools, a very easy way to create videos for your social networks. But then comes creativity, and that's up to you. So I'd like you to leave your comments below. What kind of product are you trying to sell, and how do you find this platform useful for generating video content with artificial intelligence? So with that said, if you liked the video, leave us a like, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.